Babe, have you finished work? Are you on your way home?
I'm just about to leave now. I was in the middle of packing up my things. What's up?
So you haven't gotten in the car yet then?
No, not yet. Why do you ask?
I was wondering if you could stop for a few things on your way home. Could you go and grab some burgers from the place we went to a few months back? And maybe some fries too?
It's pretty late for a burger place to still be open, don't you think?
I just had a real craving for burgers. We said we were going to make them sometime this week. You know that I never really ate things like that when we were dating.
Do you really think the restaurant will still be open? Surely it would be easier to grab some burgers from the store and make them ourselves.
Well, that restaurant is the one we went to as soon as I got pregnant, when I was crying about wanting some fries. I only want burgers from there. I don't want to make them myself. We asked them what time they closed, and I think they said they were open till late, remember?
Well, it would take me about 30 minutes to drive there from the office. I feel like the kitchens will definitely be closed by the time I got there. Why don't you just order delivery or something instead? It's been a really busy day at work and I'm exhausted. I would rather just come straight home and sleep instead of having to go and wait for burgers.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time then, if you're too tired.
Man, where's the stubborn wife I thought I had? I didn't think you were going to give up so easily. That was pretty unexpected. You're such a pig lately.
What's been going on at work lately then? Is everything okay?
It's not like anything in particular is happening, to be honest.
Well, then why are you being like this? You think you can call your pregnant wife a pig because you had a bit of a long day at work?
No, honey, I didn't mean anything by it. You've just been eating more recently, obviously.
Still, don't you think there were nicer ways to say that? It wasn't very kind. Do you think I want to be starving constantly? No matter how much I eat, I'm never full. I want the baby to be born healthy, so I'm trying to eat as much as I can for the baby's sake. Would you rather it was born skinny and tiny? How can you be so nonchalant towards your pregnant wife? Did I ask for anything difficult? Or just a little detour on your way home?
I can go and get you burgers tomorrow if it's really that important. Is that okay? I've just had such a tough day, you know. I don't have the energy for that right now.
Oh, whatever. I don't know why I even bother asking you for things. You're so lazy and selfish.
Sure, good idea. Why don't you just go out and buy some dinner for yourself instead of making me do it? You're not the only one having a hard time right now. Can't you see that I'm busy and exhausted? A bit of sympathy would be nice, you know. It's not like you're even full term yet. You should be happy and smiling about being pregnant. Where's your pregnancy glow, huh? How are you already being so demanding?
What? Did you seriously just ask where my pregnancy glow is? When I first told you I was pregnant, you were crying and thanking God. You promised me that you would do anything I needed and that you would make anything I asked for happen, no matter what. Where's that guy now? What changed?
There is no one in the world who would have interpreted what I said like that. Were you expecting me to act like your own personal servant? Besides, you should be asking for more reasonable things, and not so often. You're being too demanding. You spent all day asking me to buy this, that, and the other for you. Do you think I just don't have anything better to do? It's literally your job to get pregnant. You're my wife.
Are you done embarrassing yourself yet? Do you think this pregnancy is something I did on my own, and you don't have any responsibility? You were the one who first mentioned that you wanted to have a baby. You brought this all up first, and I only changed my mind after a little while. Are you finding it all a bit annoying and frustrating now that we're actually in this situation? Do you think I'm annoying?
Oh, why are you crying again? Just stop crying, babe, please. Do you think crying is going to fix this anyway? Can you solve this with a few tears? I don't think you need to be crying just because I told you I wouldn't buy you a burger and fries on my way home.
I'm not crying because of a burger, you idiot! I thought that was pretty clear. When I told you I was pregnant, you seemed so excited and supportive, and you made so many promises. You told me I wouldn't have to lift a finger while I was carrying your child.
What are you talking about? Do you think I haven't done anything for you while you were pregnant? Or bought you any gifts?
Well, what gifts do you think you've bought for me?
Huh? Oh, well, Well, I must have bought you something, right?
I remember asking you to buy me something to eat more than once. I always end up waiting at home for you for hours and hours until you finally get home really late at night. I usually end up falling asleep because I have to wait so long, and then you wake me up coming in the door empty-handed.
I'm not just messing around, you know. I'm taking this seriously.
Sure, maybe you do have a lot going on, like you said. Lately, though, I feel like there's nothing I can ask from you or ask for help with. You end up just doing whatever you want, never helping me with anything or being supportive.
Okay, fine. If it's really so important, then I'll pick up some burgers on my way home. Are you happy now? I have to hang up. I need to get in the car if I want to get to the restaurant before they close.
Forget about it. I don't want them anymore, so you can just come home and go to bed like you wanted.
Baby, I'm really sorry. I messed up. We had a new employee joining today, but they were making all kinds of mistakes, and I ended up getting in trouble with my boss because of it. I shouldn't have ranted to you on the phone like that. It wasn't fair of me. I needed to be more sympathetic to you and your feelings. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?
I can forgive you, but only because you brought me a burger and fries like I had been craving. Do you understand what I was talking about, though? You see my point?
What do you mean? What point?
If a man's wife gets pregnant and he doesn't support her the whole time, she will remember. It really hurts when I've already sacrificed so much for our family.
You're right. I'm sorry for everything, babe.
You know, the burgers from this place are seriously a level above everywhere else. Oh, they're just so good. Our baby is going to be born with an incredible palate if I keep eating like this while I'm pregnant. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up with a famous TV chef in the family one day. Imagine that.
Don't you think you're getting ahead of yourself a little bit? Maybe once it's born and tries things for itself, we'll know how things could turn out.
How come you aren't eating anything, though? There's plenty here. Come and eat with me. Have some fries at least.
No, I'm okay. I don't really like the burgers from that place. You can have this all to yourself. I'll have something else. If this is what the baby was craving, then it would be best if I didn't have any, so the two of you can enjoy it properly.
God, babe.
What?
You've been so busy lately, it sucks. You've even been going to the office on the weekends just to get everything done.
Well, you know, sometimes things are just like that, I guess. This new employee has been making things a bit more difficult, and it all takes longer. It's a lot of extra work to train someone up from the start. All offices are like that, and it's just how the system works.
Surely there are other people who could pick up some of the extra work, though. Does it really have to be you going into the office every weekend?
Huh? Oh, well, you see...
Oh, wait, are you going to be in charge of this new employee? Are you their manager?
Yes, that's it. That's what it is. I'm their immediate senior, so we work very closely together. It makes sense for me to be the one to train them up. I have to go in and fix everything if they make mistakes and teach them how to do the job. Then on the weekends, I go in and talk them through everything so they learn all the company processes and stuff.
Still, it seems a bit harsh of your boss to be making you do all of that and go in so often when they know your wife is pregnant. Don't you think the company is relying on you too much to do absolutely everything? Surely the work could be spread out somehow. It's making me feel pretty lonely and abandoned, just sitting by myself all day.
I'm trying to do well and earn lots of money before the baby is born, honey. This is all for our family. I want to be able to raise our kids in a really great, supportive, financially stable environment. It's good for you, too, to have a successful husband.
Is that really what you were thinking? You were doing this for the baby? I had no idea. I'm sorry, honey. I thought you were trying to avoid me or something.
Oh, why are you crying again? I'm sure the baby will understand, too. I don't mind doing this for our little family. I feel bad for getting angry earlier when you're crying every day. I should be more supportive.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about me. I got it all out earlier anyway. I didn't know how tough things had been for you at work. I shouldn't have been complaining about you so much. It wasn't fair of me.
In the future, I'm going to work so hard that you never feel abandoned or unsupported. Everything I do is to make your life easier. I'll explain to the baby, too, that I'm not a scary man and I don't shout to be mean.
Thank you, babe. I love you.
How are you feeling lately, sweetheart? You're not in any pain, I hope. If you're feeling uncomfortable or there's anything you need that we can get you, just let us know straight away. I can figure out a way to get hold of whatever you want, so don't feel awkward or like a burden.
Thank you, Steve. You've been so kind to me through all of this.
Oh, this is nothing. Our generation still remembers to care for and support pregnant women. It's really tough. Is there anything you want to eat? I could fix you a plate.
No, not really. Normally the baby decides what I want to eat. A few days ago, I was really craving burgers from this really specific restaurant downtown. I called David in the end and asked him if he could grab some burgers from there on his way home. It was great. Every time I mention that there's something I want to eat lately, he jumps straight in the car and goes out to buy it for me. I'm so grateful to have you all in my corner.
No need to be thankful. Of course he goes and gets things for you. That's his job. It's expected that husbands should support their wives through pregnancy. Goodness, I am just so relieved that our David is nothing like his father, I tell you. If he did, you would end up like me, having to teach him how to be a good husband.
Oh, come on now. Why bother saying all those unnecessary things to our poor daughter-in-law? Stop worrying about something that won't happen. Besides, you had such bad morning sickness when you were pregnant with David. You couldn't keep anything down. You're just looking for a reason to nitpick and complain about me. That's all. You've been going on about the same complaints for so many years now, it's getting boring.
Well, look who's found his voice now. Shame you didn't have that same energy years ago. When a woman is pregnant, it's a huge transition and a very important time for her. It's literally life-changing. You didn't support me like you should have done when I was pregnant. I felt like I was on my own. Even now, it's still just me trying to do everything on my own. I suppose you'll keep being like this until I die, won't you? God. You're such an old man sometimes. You still think women should be doing all the jobs at home. It's so frustrating, I swear.
Still, Alia, I envy the two of you and the relationship you have when I look at you.
Envy? What is there to be jealous of?
Well, I'm sure she means that we've been together all these years and raised a child between us. So many couples get divorced these days, but we've stuck it out and that's something to be proud of. I'm right, aren't I, Polly?
Exactly. Yes, that's what I meant. I hope that David and I can have a relationship like yours when we're older. Even after all the years you've been married, the two of you still have fun and are good friends despite the challenges. That's what I want for David and I. Just a happy, long-lasting marriage. Seeing your relationship was one of the reasons I wanted to marry your son. I thought he would have a similar attitude towards marriage.
Oh, goodness. I'm sure we don't have the most desirable marriage ever. By the way, what was David busy with at the weekend that meant he couldn't come and visit with you? How come he isn't here too?
God, don't tell me he's out on the town drinking with his friends every weekend. I hope he's not just abandoning you. I tell you, if that's what he's doing, then I'm going to hunt him down and chain him to his own kitchen table so he can't go wandering off. How could he leave his pregnant wife on her own? Imagine going off and wasting his time and money every weekend. How could he?
Goodness, do you really think he would do that? Calm down. You know he would never leave Polly on her own like that. But is that really what's happened, Polly? Where is he today?
Oh, no, nothing like that. He's just been really busy at work lately, so we had to go into the office again today. I was getting bored of just sitting at home by myself, so I figured I could come over and see you guys for a while.
He's at the office? On the weekend?
Apparently there's a new member of staff on their team, which is why he's been so busy lately. He's going to be managing this new team member, so he has to get them trained up and help fix any mistakes they make while they're learning the ropes. It just means he has to go into work at the weekends every so often. It's always a busy time when a new staff member joins a company, especially if you're the one in charge of them.
Well, I suppose he has no choice but to bend over backwards for the company in this situation. It's still a real shame. I don't like to think of you on your own at the house, though. You must get very lonely being by yourself every day, especially when you're pregnant with your first child. It's a difficult time.
I was in the exact same situation as David. Why weren't you this understanding with me? Did you think I was deliberately getting stuck with loads of work so that I could abandon you alone?
Who said anything about you? I'm just saying that it's disappointing that the same thing is happening to Polly. Anyway, it's almost lunchtime. Is there anything you would like to eat, Polly? Just let me know. We can go to the store and get some ingredients if we need to.
Yes, just go ahead and tell us if you're craving something specific. My wife may not look it, but she's an incredible cook. Really, she has a proper talent. Her food is restaurant-level delicious. Whatever you want, your mother-in-law can make it, so go ahead and ask. That way you can enjoy a well-deserved sit-down instead of having to start cooking something yourself.
Well, I have been thinking about those steaks that you made for me once, Alia. They were really delicious.
Steaks? Of course! Let's do it. That's a great idea. Steve, can you go and grab some things for steaks? We'll need some veggies, too. Maybe some potatoes.
I guess I'll have to go to the butcher's then, to get the good ones. I can ask them for the best cuts, too. It shouldn't take too long. I'm sure I'll be back soon.
Drive safe. Thank you. Hey, babe, what is this? Is this baby clothes?
Why are you holding that? Where did you find it?
Well, you remember that I asked to borrow your car yesterday, right? Did you forget? Maybe you were too tired when we were talking about it, huh?
I can't believe you would do something like that. It's so rude. You can't go around taking people's things and just carrying them around wherever.
Are you embarrassed? I mean, you must have bought it for the little one, right? You're getting a bit ahead of yourself, though, don't you think? We still have months left to go until we meet our new baby. You need to be a bit more patient. I can't believe you're already getting everything prepared. It's so sweet that you're so excited. Have you been counting down the days until my due date this whole time? I had no idea you were so impatient.
Yeah. Anyway, give it back to me. I was going to give it to you later as a surprise. Now you've ruined it. I can't believe you would carry it around like that. You should have pretended you hadn't seen it and didn't know anything about it.
Well, I've seen it now, so I don't see why I can't ask about it. I'll put it in the drawer here, so we can make sure it stays safe and clean for when the baby is born and can actually wear it.
No, don't do that. I have to take it back to the shop and exchange it. I have the receipt in my wallet.
Exchange it? How come?
Well, when I got it home, I realized that I think I got it in a size too small. I put it in the car to remind me to take it back and exchange it for the next size up eventually. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, give it back to me so I can change it for a bigger size. Then I can give it to you properly once it's all fixed.
Still, the baby will get bigger eventually, but it will be tiny when it's born. I don't think this looks too small for a newborn. You bought the smallest size, right? Even if you bought a bigger size, babies will never wear one size for very long before they outgrow it. Wait, if you still have the receipt, you should just give it to me if you really want to exchange it. I can walk over to the mall for some exercise and bring back the bigger one for you, since you're so busy lately.
No, don't do that. Don't worry about it. I can go to the store myself. I get some time at lunch, so I can just nip out and exchange it tomorrow when I'm back in the office. It's honestly fine. You don't need to do that. I'm sure you're having a tough time at work, too. Let me take this one thing off your plate.
What? Why are you acting so weird all of a sudden?
What do you mean?
You're being so evasive today. You won't even look me in the eye. Have you done something wrong? Do you feel guilty? Now that I think about it, it almost seems like you didn't buy this for our baby. Is that not what you meant it for? Do you have a secret baby somewhere that I didn't know about?
What the hell are you talking about?
I was only joking, but you sure seemed very defensive. You don't normally shout at me like that. Fine, it doesn't matter what's going on. I guess I'll just leave you to exchange it for a bigger size, if you're sure.
Yeah, okay.
How could you let this happen? Are you embarrassed as the future father of our baby?
Yeah, you're right. Why are you always going through other people's things, though? Aren't you bored of being so nosy?
Is that really something you want to be asking me right now? Surely you realize that you've really messed up here. How long has this been going on for with me having no idea? How long has this been going on that your other girlfriend ended up giving birth before your wife? How could you?
I didn't know she was pregnant either. I had no idea.
I guess that's why you've been running off every weekend. It wasn't work. You were just taking care of your pregnant mistress instead of me. You were going off to shower her with love and attention and leaving me here on my own. God, you're such a pig. I can't believe this.
It was a mistake, I told you. Just a huge mistake.
If she was such a mistake, why are you buying baby clothes to give her as she gets closer to her due date? Seems like you care about her to me. I've been doing all the housework by myself. You just left me on my own.
This is so unfair. You're not even giving me a chance to explain. Have I really been such a bad husband that it's okay for you to be this angry at me? I haven't been that bad until now, you know. This is hard for me too. Do you have any idea how it feels to be suffering with two demanding pregnant women all the time? I'm absolutely exhausted.
What the hell did you just say?
Fine, you're right. I don't think it was a mistake. A pretty young girl came up to me and told me she liked me, and I enjoyed the attention and the excitement. It was only a one-time thing. I don't see why you're making such a big deal out of this. Could you honestly say that if a handsome guy at your work told you he was interested in you, you would just brush him off? You wouldn't even give him a chance. Of course you would. Humans are all the same. No one is perfect. I'm just unlucky that she got pregnant. That should never have happened. How can I even be sure that the baby you're carrying is even mine? You keep telling me to do things for you, but I can't be sure.
Hey! How dare you! You are such a dog. I can't believe this. You're not responsible enough to be a real father to my baby anyway. I'm going to tell your mom and dad everything. They deserve to know what you've done. Don't even touch me. I don't want to be anywhere near you. God, I can't stand being in the same room with you. It makes me so anxious to be breathing the same air as you. I don't want you to infect my baby with your horrible attitude. I have my license, but I didn't have my own car, so I had no choice but to borrow my husband's car. When I first saw the baby clothes on the passenger seat, I never even imagined that there was something strange going on. I trusted him completely. Obviously, I just assumed that he was getting ready for the baby we were going to have, and that it was a present for our unborn child. This time, though, I found traces of my husband's affair all over the car and couldn't ignore it any longer. I thought there was nothing in the trunk, but a weird clattering sound made me nervous, and I pulled over to the side of the road to check it out. I knew that David didn't like to have his trunk full of junk, and he preferred to keep his car pretty tidy. Whenever you open the trunk, you can see everything in there at a glance. That was why I thought it was weird that I could hear something rolling around in the back of the car. The edge of the fold-down seats in the trunk was slightly folded down, and something caught my eye. I spotted a bit of white and pulled it out to see what it was. I was so shocked when I realized I almost fell backwards. Under the seat was a whole bunch of baby clothes and a letter, but the note wasn't addressed to me. It was the moment when I realized why he had gotten so angry with me when I asked him about the baby clothes, and why he had seemed so embarrassed and shifty. Sweetie, what on earth has happened? Why are you crying on our doorstep? Come in, quickly. Honey, bring some tissue for poor Polly.
Oh, of course. Here, Polly, take these. What's wrong? Did you and David have a fight or something? Are you feeling abandoned with him being so busy at work lately? What's happened?
Steve, Alia, I don't know how to say this to you. David told me he has another baby, besides the one that I'm carrying. He's been seeing another another woman.
What the hell? No, that can't be possible. How could he hide something like that? He already has a child. Are you serious?
Slow down, sweetheart. Just tell us exactly what happened so we can figure this out. Are you saying he had an affair? Is that where this other child has come from?
Yes, he said he's been seeing someone else. He was lying about having to go into the office every weekend. None of it was true. He was just meeting up with this other woman and spending time with her instead of me.
Oh my god. I can't believe this.
Do you want to know what makes me feel even more angry about this whole mess? Apparently this other girl is full term, and she's about to give birth any day now. He had bought her loads of baby clothes and things as a gift to give her. I found them and got so excited. I thought he had bought them for me. I had no idea he was having a baby with someone else.
She is about to give birth. Do you mean this new employee he's been training was a woman all along? Surely that means she got pregnant before you did too, since you still have a bit longer to go until your baby is here.
God, what are we going to do? I can't believe he would do this. Seriously. I never expected he would have the nerve to hide something this big from everyone, sneaking around behind our backs. Are you absolutely sure this is all true? Have you caught them in the act while he was cheating or anything? Do you have any proof?
I mean, I haven't seen them together myself. I never caught them together like that. I found the baby gifts and a letter in the trunk of his car when I had to borrow it recently. That's how I found out. The letter was addressed to some other woman, not me. He had written her name and the name of her baby all over it.
So what you're saying is that you've never seen anything for yourself?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Well, still, you haven't even tried to check any of this yourself. How can we know it's true? You don't have any proof, like you said. You knew it would be embarrassing for us when you came and told us about this. It's not exactly pleasant to hear something like this. All we wanted was for the two of you to be happy together. Every time you have any kind of problem, you always come running to us for help. You can't expect us to curse out our son and side with you over every little thing.
Exactly. Even if our son got confused or embarrassed, he's not the type of guy to go off and do something else. You need to go and talk to him about this. Sort it out for yourselves. Even if this is true and he really has cheated, he will go to any lengths to protect his family. He's never going to divorce you. He's a better man than that.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand.
Oh, come on, stop getting so upset. You clearly don't plan on filing for a divorce, so you just need to figure out how to move on and get over this. There's no point on getting hung up on something like this and risking your marriage. You have to work it out and focus on being good to each other. I know that me and Steve have always done that, and look where we are. Don't you think so, honey?
Yes, you're so right. Don't worry about it, Polly. I can call David now and shout at him. I'll teach him a lesson and scare him straight. He won't do anything like this again once I'm done with him, so don't worry about anything too much. He'll be faithful from now on.
Oh, now I get it. I understand what you're trying to say now. You're just trying to cover for him and clean up his mess because he's your son, aren't you? Do you want him to be proud of his child? To be proud of getting another woman pregnant when he was meant to be happily married to his wife? I had no idea you two were like this. I can't believe you would do something so low. I was kidding myself to think that you would support me. I'm leaving. I've heard enough. Don't even think about getting to meet my baby in the future. I want nothing more to do with you.
What?
You're carrying our grandchild. You can't use the baby to threaten us like this. Who the hell do you think you are? The nerve of you!
You know, an affair and a secret baby is definitely a decent case for me to file for divorce. Don't think the two of you will escape either. Covering something like that up is insane of you both. How could you think I would trust you with seeing my baby now I know what kind of people you really are? I'll file a lawsuit against you all.
A lawsuit? Don't be ridiculous. These kinds of things happen all the time when a couple is spending their lives together. There are always bumps in the road. Why are you making such a fuss? This doesn't need a lawsuit. What would you even sue us for? Do you really think you'll be able to raise that baby on your own, without its father or grandparents?
Yes, I do. I don't want a husband that goes wandering off and meeting other women. I want someone faithful and true. I would rather raise my child alone than with a man like that. He doesn't deserve to be a father. Don't try and stop me.
You know who this is, right?
No, I don't, I'm afraid. Who are you?
Didn't David tell you about me? I mean, it's none of your business, but I gave birth today.
Oh, really?
I was just calling so that you could congratulate me. Are you going to say that you're happy for me?
I don't know why I should congratulate my husband's mistress on the birth of her child, to be honest. I have nothing to say to you.
Did I make you mad? Don't you want to hear all about it?
I don't want to know anything, actually. I'm not interested.
Well, even if you say you don't want to know, you should listen to this. I have something that I wanted to make sure I told you about.
What is it? What's so important?
Well, obviously, I'm the first woman to give birth to one of David's babies. I'm the first person to become the mother of his children.
Okay. So what?
So that means that now I'm his real wife, not you. Now you're just his mistress, since you haven't given birth to a baby for him. We've swapped places! If you don't want to face more serious repercussions, I would suggest that you just get out of my way and live quietly somewhere else.
Did you really call me so that you could brag about how you stole my husband? You're like a child trying to tease me. I thought you were going to call and say something really impressive or threaten me with something. But I guess it was nothing. Let me ask you one question, though. Why were you so determined to have my husband? Why would you bother stealing away a married man when there are plenty of single men out there?
My God, do you even live in the real world with the rest of us? You seem very naive. It's no wonder that David has had to carry you through life so far. I suppose you're curious about the psychology of a woman wanting to be with a man who is already married, which I guess I can understand.
Just give me an answer. If you're just going to waste more of my time, then I'll hang up the phone.
Why are you asking such a stupid question then? Obviously, it's about the money. Most of the boys my age are still new to the working world, and they don't earn enough to keep me happy. Most rich men are already married, since they tend to be a bit older. I want to make them mine, so I can have their money. Don't you think it's a great system? It's much quicker and more efficient than waiting for someone my age to become successful. I mean, I suppose it could be hard for you to be a single mother and raise your child on your own. You should do the same thing as me. After you give birth, just go and meet a rich man and have one of his babies so that he has to pay for you. I wonder what your face looks like right now.
God, I feel sorry for your baby. It must be so disappointed to realize it has you as a mom.
What did you just say?
Now it has to live with you for its whole childhood, too. That's really tough. You just go through life without a care in the world or a thought for other people, it seems. What if they weren't ready for a baby, and you got pregnant anyway? If you're going to do this, you should really give your kids the right to choose their own parents. No one would want a mom like you.
What the hell did you say to me? Are you crazy? Who are you to say something like that about my child?
I suppose my husband is just like any other man, and will go looking for fun wherever he wants. It's so obvious that you're the one who has no experience of the real world, since you're relying on others to keep you afloat financially instead of working like everyone else. Anyways, congratulations on giving birth. You should rest up and take care of yourself.
I can't believe that pig! How could you just hang up on me like that? It's so rude. Does she think David won't do anything about this? Like he would just stand by and let her speak to me like that. He's going to kick her out onto the street. She's going to regret this later.
Hey, what did you say to my new wife? She's been crying all day ever since she called you earlier. She only just gave birth this morning. I'm sure she's feeling really tired and worn out after going through that. What if all this crying makes her dehydrated? That's very serious, and it would be all your fault.
She called me to ask me to congratulate her on your new child, so that's what I did. I don't see why you think I'm the one in the wrong here.
If you had really just congratulated her, do you honestly think she would be this upset? She's beside herself, just crying constantly. Do you think that seems right, given your claim that you didn't say anything mean or cruel?
She did a whole background search on me and somehow managed to find my contact number so she could call me and gloat. I don't see why I should be kind to the woman who stole my husband and then rubbed it in my face. She should be grateful that I did actually congratulate her at the very least.
You were mean, and you know it. You should have been kinder to her after what she's been through today. Why couldn't you have shouted and cursed at me instead of taking your anger out on her? Come on, I can take it. Yell at me.
Really? You'll accept whatever I have to throw at you? Okay then. Let's get a divorce.
What?
Let's get a divorce!
Do you think that's an easy thing to do? Besides, what are you going to do about our child if we get a divorce? Will you take it and raise it yourself? I suppose you think everything would be fine as long as it has its mother. You're so delusional. That would be a mistake for you.
You can trust me to manage my own life, thanks. I'm a grown woman. Let's just get a divorce, since that was clearly what you wanted all along since you ran off with another woman. Surely you would be able to live the happy, peaceful life you want with her more easily if I was out of the picture. This plan works for us both.
Huh, fine. File for divorce. Do whatever you want. See if I care. You do have to do something for me in return, though, since you were the one who asked for a divorce and I agreed.
What do you want?
Well, my new baby needs a present from you to celebrate the birth. Give me your father's land as a gift and I'll quietly agree to a divorce.
Are you insane? Why would I do that?
Sure, maybe I am insane. We'll see who's the one laughing when all this is over and you've gotten the divorce like you wanted.
How dare you try and take my dad's land? What right do you think you have to it?
I mean, it's not like he isn't already dead. It's not like your mom is using it or even taking care of it properly. It's better to give the land to me. I know what to do with it, and I'll use it. Wasting all that land is like killing your dad twice. It's just a mess.
I would rather that land was empty for 100 years than give it to you. How dare you? Even if the value of the land plummeted and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, I still would never give it to you. You're the delusional one here if you genuinely thought I would ever agree to that. You should just agree to a divorce now that I've said I want one. That's what's best for us all. If you won't agree, I'll just file a lawsuit against you and your precious new baby, Mama.
Hey, you stay away from her. How many times do I have to tell you? Just leave her out of this. Well then, just sell your dad's land and let's split the money in the divorce. That way we both get what we want. We can agree to an amicable divorce, I'm sure. Surely you realize that a lawsuit isn't easy. You would be exhausted before you ever actually got any money from either of us.
Looking at your attitude and behavior now, it's pretty clear what I need to do to fix things.
Oh good. You've seen sense. So you're going to give me the land your dad passed down to you. I won't accept anything less than that. If I don't get the land, I won't accept the divorce. Maybe the three of us could live together if that happens.
You're right. I'll give you a gift to congratulate you on your new baby and get out of your lives.
Oh, really? I was kind of just saying that, to be honest. I didn't really mean it. Are you really going to give me your dad's land? This is an awesome windfall! Amazing! Hannah will be so excited. Well, I'm glad that you saw reason in the end. You should focus on yourself and your health, for the sake of the baby. Well then, shall we just call it quits here and move on with our separate lives?
Sure thing. Sounds good.
What brings you here, Polly? No way. Did David tell you?
I'm here to give you a present to congratulate you on your new baby.
A present? You wouldn't even say congratulations properly on the phone. What changed your mind? This is annoying. Why didn't you just tell me you were planning this? Then I wouldn't have gotten so mean.
I mean, David told me I had to give you something. He wouldn't agree to a divorce unless I did this. Are you sure you really want me to hand him over? I guess it never bothered you that we were married before, so even if we didn't get divorced, it wouldn't affect you.
Did you say David agreed to a divorce? No way! Was this your idea? You're really going to do it? I can't believe you've even seen sense and decided to get me a gift! You really had a change of heart overnight, huh? Just give it to me, come on! What is it? Shoes? A new purse? Jewelry?
Here you go. Your gift.
What is this? An envelope? Oh, you must be giving me cash. I suppose I should still thank you. Wait, what is this? 200,000. What the hell? This statement says minus $200,000. What is this meant to mean? Why the hell would you give me this as a present? It's just a bit of paper.
No, that's a statement of the money that you owe me and will have to pay back in the future.
Why should I pay you anything? I don't have any debt. I don't owe you any money.
That's not your debt. It's your baby's father's debt. That's why I'm handing it to you, since you're taking him from me.
What do you mean? There has to be a mistake. This can't be right. You're lying to me, aren't you? This is a joke? Did you know I was planning on breaking up with him? I thought you had no idea. I never said a word about it.
If you don't want to believe me, then you don't have to, I guess. Clearly, David lied to you and said that he was some kind of rich, successful man. None of that is true, though. He's been cycling through jobs for years. He can't hold one down. I suppose you'll have even more expenses now that the baby is born. Clothes, diapers, toys. Man, it must get expensive. I guess this is the end of the honeymoon period and the start of your new life. Congratulations, Hannah. Well, anyway, thank you for taking that piece of trash off my hands. I hope the two of you are together for many, many years with your new baby.
Wait a second! Wait right there! Tell me you're lying. Come on. This is your debt, isn't it? Not David's. He told me he had a great job and owned a big chunk of land. He's rich. He would never be in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. No way.
Oh, his land? Did he tell you he owned a bunch of land then? That he had bought it himself? Because it's mine. My dad left it to me. I guess you must be pretty stupid to have believed that without any proof of anything. Perhaps that's why it's so easy to seduce a stupid young woman instead of becoming a better man for the wife you already have. Well, I'm relieved that you seem to like your present anyway. Anyway, I have to go now. I'm extremely busy getting ready for the divorce, finishing up all the paperwork and stuff. Congratulations again on your new baby! Enjoy life with your new husband. After that, I heard that Hannah and David got into a huge fight about all the lies he had been telling her. She gave the new baby back to him and told him she was ending things. So now he's a single dad, I suppose. His parents had to step in and help him take care of the baby. They could hardly refuse when he asked them to help with childcare after everything that happened. So now they're spending their twilight years on changing diapers and bottle feeding. In the end, his mom went on strike and said that she wouldn't help anymore, leaving David to raise the kid all on his own. He tried to bring his mistress's baby into my office and asked me to take care of it instead. He was on his knees, crying and begging me to take him back, saying he was wrong and he was sorry. I guess he only realized what he had done wrong when his life turned out to be a complete mess, and he claimed that he had learned his lesson. That was the moment when I handed over the papers about the lawsuit I was filing against him. I told him that if he turned up looking for me at my office again, I would report him to the police for stalking and harassment. Obviously, there is no reason for us to see each other outside of a courtroom from now on. After that, I filed another lawsuit against Hannah, too. I ended up winning everything I wanted, including alimony, and I was free. I've been keeping one eye on what the two of them have been doing since the divorce was finalized.
Man, it's been a while, huh?
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Obviously, I had to come and congratulate the mother of my child on her wedding day.
Are you crazy? What the hell were you thinking? Get out of here before anyone sees you and asks questions!
They already saw me, though.
What? Who did?
Your future mother and father-in-law, I think. I went over to introduce myself and show them some pictures of our son. That's all.
You're crazy! This is my wedding!
So what? I told you I'm here to say congratulations. Why would you get angry about that? I'm doing something nice. Still, you should be thanking me, really. I only showed them the photos where you look the best.
Oh my god. Is that really the problem right now? Are you here to try and win me back? What's your goal here? You want the three of us back together?
Do you think I'm insane? Why would I want to be with a woman like you? I'm bored of women anyway. After what you did to me, I'm over it. I'm living with my child and raising him on my own. That's why I'm here. You should be sending me child support money.
Oh, Jesus. You're like some kind of tragic beggar. You're ruining my wedding so that you can ask me for child support? For a kid that's not even mine?
My family fell apart after everything that happened. I can't just sit by and watch you get married and live a great life. You should give up on all of this, you know, getting married and turning your life around. Even if I'm not there, you'll always be damaged goods now that you've had a baby with someone else.
What are you talking about? That's a load of rubbish.
You asked me what I was doing here? I had to come and warn people about my ex-wife. Your new husband deserves to know who you really are. Even if he didn't call off the engagement in time, I hope this extra warning will make him see sense and leave you in the dust.
Do you really have nothing better to do than ruin my life?
Sure, I guess not. Anyway, in the future, you should do better than you did with me. Just live a quiet, happy life. Don't even think about dating some other guy when you're married.
God, why did I have to meet such a horrible man? I'm so unlucky. He was just meant to make me rich. What are you looking at? Is this really the first time you've seen a bride sitting on the floor with an open bottle of wine? Get out of here! Leave me alone! I got my family to kick David out. It really upset me that he came to my wedding, but nothing a little wine couldn't fix. I have to admit, the first few years were tough raising my son on my own. Luckily, I got a lot of support from my mom and my friends. Now I'm living with my new, wonderful husband, who has been a wonderful father to my son and a great man to me. I couldn't be happier. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!